Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I've had several new people come to the channel. I hope you're enjoying this content. If there's something you're looking for that I'm not doing that you're interested in, please leave a comment below. I would love to know what it is you're really looking for and how I can help. I love helping people and talking with you guys in the comments. And yeah, and I have my email address in the description box. So you feel free to email me. I have a few people that do email me on a regular basis and I love chatting with them. So on specific questions, I am not a professional accountant or anything, even though I do have an associate's degree. I just love budgeting and I'm sharing my experience of budgeting with you guys. So hopefully this helps. Let's jump into Paycheck 1 closeout. I have to close out Paycheck 1 before I can even set up Paycheck 2 because there's going to be a balance forward that I'm going to put that number here that's going to go into Paycheck 1. Balance forward for me is whatever's sitting in the checking account after all the bills are paid, all the spending is paid, and transactions have come out of the account, and what is left is the cash sitting there the night before a new deposit hits. So my husband got paid. There was an amount sitting in the checking account, and that's what we're looking for, is that number. I already know what that number is. I verified it. We're good. You're going to learn what it is too. I have notes to myself on specific things that need to be taken care of within this budget. So I have my income type at the top. I have fixed expenses. I have variable expenses here. I'm going to set this note off to the side. And we are going to make some changes, a little bit of changes here. I got to add all the spending. That's the only thing I haven't put over here is the actual spending under these categories. And then we're going to come up with a number that balance forward. So hopefully I did everything right, setting it up. Starting with the income. So let me zoom in here. Okay, I am back. So what I have here is a lot of different things that happen. I'm going to post on here because this increased, and it's the other that increased here. Military retirement stayed the same. VA disability stayed the same. And I actually wrote the wrong number here. For whatever reason, even though I transferred the exact correct amount every month for my son's rent from his checking to our checking, I put $744 and it's supposed to be $774. And I cannot get that straight every time. So that's been bugging me, but I think I'm getting a hold of that. So I had to increase that. So that's one difference that went up. And the other difference is I transferred from our savings account into our checking account $800. So this $800, I was talking with my husband. We are expecting tax returns from the state of Kentucky and the state of Virginia, and one of them is around $800. Our total, and I think I have a piece of paper. Okay, so I found my tax return little piece of paper where I wrote notes. You've seen this before if you've watched my previous videos. Federal came in. That's already come in. That's part of the income. Basically what I did is I paid our February unbudgeted, which consisted of this $225 for the tax fee preparer and $636.66 on top of that for the tickets I had bought for GalaxyCon 4-day VIP pass, whole shebang for me and my oldest son that we do every year. So what we decided to do was split this in half between the two of us, this $1,576, and then I was going to round it up to $800 for each of us to have some fun with our sons over the summer with the activities that we enjoy the most. So that is what I was thinking. And I was talking with my husband. I was like, well, we have enough money in savings. If I just bring over $800, which is this amount right here, because it would be $788 plus $12. So I just moved over to $800. I said, you can go ahead and get like camping equipment and hiking equipment and new stuff that you need for those activities that you're planning and use some of that money to do that. While I've already paid for my tickets, you know, you need this money too. Let's go ahead and get it out of savings, and then when the tax return comes in, I'll just throw it back into savings and it'll just, even itself out. So that is why I moved the money over. My husband took the money out today, so that has been paid. That was a mouthful. But I mean, this is how I process out our budget with my husband. It's very important to have that kind of communication and talk things out on what you want and what you need in your budget. So, you know, I think it's just one of the most blessing things that you could do for your family. And it's a way to tell your family, I love you, and that this is what we can do and build memories and have fun with. So a budget can be great in that way. Let's go ahead and come over here. So I have $800. This number is these two numbers combined, and then I added the 800. So, but I will actually kind of, let's see if I can get this sheet of paper. Never mind. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and total these numbers up. 101637 plus 800 plus 175930 plus 235339 plus 77402. Okay, here is the new total. I'm going to verify with my notes. Yes, they match. Yay, I'm so excited. Sometimes they don't match, and it's because I made a mistake somewhere. And I don't like that feeling. $6,703.08. That is what we had to work with Paycheck One. Paycheck One isn't just one paycheck. It is several combined income streams that creates that. So now I'm going to move down here. I'm not even going to worry about that. And here is the expense part of all this. So now my note said here, reminder, move water to Paycheck 2 and add HP Instant Ink, and there's the two amounts. So what I'm going to do is take this number here, and I'm going to remove water out of it. So 3960.93 minus 5767. There we go. All right, so this is the new number. I'm going to erase this and erase water. I'm going to add HP Instant Ink, which did happen, and I did pay, and that was $635. And I'm going to add $635 here, which is what the cost was, and now I have a new number for my fixed expenses. I typically don't have to change my fixed expenses, but because the check I wrote for the water bill has not been cashed, and today is basically the last day of my budget, and this is a new paycheck period. It's going to go in Paycheck 2. I'm still waiting for it to happen, but obviously it will happen in Paycheck 2, not Paycheck 1. So there we go. There's that amount. And so that's my new actual fixed amount. This is why I use erasable Frixon pens. They're amazing. I love them. Now we're going to put the actuals from my weekly check-in. And I have to find those numbers. So week 2, weekly check-in, if I take week 1 and week 2 and combine them together and add them up, I get these totals. So $436.44 for Paycheck 1 for grocery household, and then I had $32.83 for restaurants. My husband and I are not going out to eat for Lent right now, so we're waiting for Easter, and we'll be excited to go out to dinner again. But it's definitely been an amazing experience. So humbling experience with the Lord. $122.92 is our only miscellaneous. I bought new curtains. Gas. My husband got gas for his Jeep. 42. Not 42. Let's see. 46. It's hard to write on the coil here. 82. And 1966. And that was copay for prescriptions for my sons, and then Unbudgeted was well, I'm going to put 0 here. I actually separated it out. February unbudgeted was $861.66, but March budget, my March spending did not have any unbudgeted. This was actually brought over from a previous month that was still sitting on the credit card. So I'm designated as February. I just wanted to make a note for that. And then Visa Go Card, this was that $800 that I was talking about. So my husband's got the tax return already out of our savings, and then when the tax returns come in, I just throw it in the savings because I don't know when they're going to come. I'm just waiting for them to happen. And it's nice, you can pay yourself your own tax return until it shows up and then throw it back in the savings. It's kind of cool that way, as long as you track it so you don't forget what you were doing. So now what I need to do is total up this column here and see what my variable was, my actual variable, and find out what we balanced for to Paycheck 2. All right, so we have $2,320.33. I'm gonna write that number down here. Sorry about the angle, it's just hard to write. 320. I kind of hate that we're not going out to eat because St. Patrick's Day is coming and it's one of my husband's favorite holidays. We're not going out to eat for him. But that's okay. He said it was fine. There we go. See if I can get all this in here. All right, I need to total these two together and then subtract that from the income. So my total expenses were $9.61 plus the $2,320.33. Okay, total spent was $6,229.94. So let's go ahead and kind of write these numbers down over here. Well, no, that's okay. I don't want to write all over the place on here. Here is what the deposit was. So I'm actually going to subtract the deposit. It's going to give me a negative, but the negative is going to be the same number. And I just write it down as positive. So no big deal here. $6,703.08. And the magic number is $473.14. That is what was in the checking account before the new deposit was posted. Oh, I can't talk. And that's what I balanced forward to Paycheck 2. Whew, and everything checked out. I'm very happy about that. All right, so let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, now I know this number. I can start filling all this in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward through this part. I'm going to put all the income titles and the fixed and variable expense titles, and then we're going to come back and do the numbers together. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have everything written down, ready to go, and ready to put the numbers in. So let's zoom in so you can actually see it a little bit better, or a lot better actually. Here we go. So I am zoomed in, and here we go. So balance forward, as we saw here a minute ago, it was $473.14. So I'm going to put that there, 473. Is that right? 473.14. And that's actually the actual. I could run this budget ahead of time and do an estimate starting with 0 as a balance forward and seeing if I can cover with the paycheck, but I don't typically do that. I just wait till payday. So I always know what the balance forward is, and I just put it under estimate and actual. You don't have to do that though. So the salary is $2,550. I know the actual of this. I just gotta find it real quick. $2,555 or $552.36. All right. And not only is that the estimate, but that is the actual. Okay, and now is where I put other. But if any of the tax returns come in or anything like that, I will be putting it here under actual. So these get check marks because they're identical and nothing's going to change there. And we're going to get the total for this amount right here. So 314 plus the 255236. There we go. All right, so we're talking, I can't really write with a calculator here. $3,025.50. Interesting. All right, that's a good amount. Let's see what our fixed expenses are. I do put our savings in our fixed. I put our tithe, all kinds of stuff in there, fixed expenses. So we're going to start with the Roth IRA. So the Roth IRA is something I do, and I'll show you. All right, so I created a savings tracker for myself. I'll zoom out so you can see this better in another notebook. And this is the other notebook. So my Roth IRA savings tracker, and I have a nest egg for every time my husband would normally get paid. So March 10th is coming up, and do I have my highlighters with me? I do. So March 10th, today, which is payday, I will be transferring, I haven't quite done it yet, but I'll go ahead and color this in since I have it out. $171. So what I did was I took $6,500, which the new Roth IRA maximum contribution is, and every paycheck my husband gets, I put a little 171 away. And it's usually 3 times a month. And then on those special months when you get an extra paycheck or magic month, whatever you want to call it, I will get an extra one there. All the way up to the last 2 nests. The last 2 nests are actually $172. And I just colored in. I like using green because it reminds me of money. And I colored in to remind myself, you are doing something good for your future. You're investing, you are saving, you are going to have money to draw off of later in life when you're ready to retire. So that is what I have here. And so, yeah, we're already, how many nest eggs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 6. Yeah, 36. That's what I thought. Plus 2 is 38. So I have 38 times this year where a contribution could be put into savings. Now I've already contributed for 2023, the year we're in. And I maxed that out because I saved all that money last year. So I'm saving all this money this year for 2024. Now, if there is an emergency and this money needs to be used for our family and not kept as the savings, that's fine. I still can contribute if once things settle down and I can go back, I can rebuild the savings, or I can contribute like most people do and put a little bit away every paycheck every month with whatever our new lifestyle is going to be if there are changes. So, and there could potentially be changes, and this schedule doesn't even really exist in the future because of the changes. I think I said in my last video that my husband is considering a job change, and he has his master's degree in a totally different field of work and that he has no experience in. And so he really wants to do that kind of job, and hopefully somebody will, bring him in and let him do what he is passionate about. But that means his income will probably be cut in half. So we're kind of in this, let's wait and see. I'm going to do things as normal until I know something has changed. But until then, everything is status quo, and that is what I'm doing on March 10th, which is today, and having that put into savings. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, I'm back. So I had to change my battery, so it took me a minute. So we were talking about, let's start that all over. Okay, I am back. The battery died again. So there you go. We were talking about the Roth IRA, and I'm going to write down exactly how much I'm putting in savings, which you saw on my tracker. 171, which I do every paycheck. And this is for next year, 2024's Roth IRA. For myself. My husband's, they come out of his paycheck before it even gets to him, so I don't even mess with that. So Dr. Odell, my charge is $45 and my husband's charge is $25 because he is a veteran, and we pay $70 a week for our chiropractic care, and we absolutely love it. I'm considering maybe going every other week or something like that here soon. Graduated to those levels, so that's kind of cool. Tithe is $256 to our church. Geico, $169.05. Water, I have to go back and find out what that was because I wasn't expecting it on this paycheck, but it hasn't cleared yet, so it will clear this paycheck. This is $57.67. There we go. And back to my other note page. I've got tons of notes on the sides about what I'm doing here. AT&T, which is our cell phone, $262.06. $30 of that is paying for 2 phones that we just purchased for our sons. I would pay them off because I don't like debt, but if I pay them off early, it will cost me $200 more. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's how they did it. So I'm doing the cheaper route and doing the slow 36 months at $15 a month to pay it off. Life insurance, $87.56. Discovery Plus. I was looking last night at Discovery Plus and trying to tell if I could tell if my sons were using it, and they are definitely watching a lot of content on there, so that's pretty cool. I'm getting my $6.99 a month out of it because I don't typically watch it, but I decided to last night for some reason, and I'm like, oh, let's see what the boys have been watching. Dr. Odell again. So there's 2 Fridays in this paycheck period because this is 2 full weeks. And so there will be another $70. I write these in the actual order of when they happen. So Friday is payday. I'll transfer those funds. Friday's when we see the chiropractor. Sunday is when church and tithing happens, and I have it set up to auto draft to the church. Geico's auto draft on the 13th. And then I'm hoping the water will be done coming out by that point because it's due by the 15th. And then by the 15th, this is auto draft. So everything is like all set in order of when it happens on the calendar. And that's why I have it in the order. I write it in that order. It's easier to check off as well. You're not bouncing back and forth around trying to keep track of things. $2.99 is the storage on my phone. A subscription for my husband, and that is $39.17. And then Vivint is $65.82. And electric is $184.76. There we go. Now, part of our electric actually pays for a street light in our neighborhood. That's connected to our electric to our house. It's a separate line item. I have to go back and look and see how much it was. I want to say one time I thought it was about $15. Could be more. I don't know. But that includes our house and our heat and air conditioning and electricity for our house, plus a street light. So there's that. So now I need to go back and see what our new budget is for Paycheck 2 in the these categories here, because I have not gone and done that. So the way I figure out that is I take, because Paycheck 2 is week 3 and week 4 of my weekly check-in. So that means this week 3, which is $343.56, plus what I plan for every week, which is this number here, $260. That's a grocery household. This is what I have for 2 weeks. All the cash is sitting in my checking account. The cash is there. And I'm budgeting $603.56. What I actually spend, we'll know in 2 weeks. So we'll see. Let's go back and do the next one, which is $87.17 for restaurant, plus another $40 for that So that may give us $127.17 for restaurants. Very low. Again, we are not going out to eat, me and my husband. My sons do order pizza on Friday, so I just make sure I have enough in that. There, a little more than enough than that I need for that in there. So miscellaneous, $177.08 is what I have for week 3, plus $100 for week 4, and that gives me $277.08. Do I have notes on the other categories? I think I do. Gasoline, I have $53.18 plus another $100 is what I have. So right now I show on my spreadsheet and everywhere else $153.18 available for gasoline. So copay. What was our copay? $30.34 was left over, and I want to add $50 to that. That gives us $80.34, and then 0 for unbudgeted. This is just to hold a place so I can put anything that is unbudgeted here, and I don't actually, put anything towards that. So I don't budget for that. So there we go. Now I have these numbers. Let's see what my estimate says about the fixed and variable and totals, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my two numbers here in the spending. I am showing $1,443.07 for the fixed expenses, and then I'm showing another $1,241.33 in the variable expenses. So that gives me a total of $2,684.40 for spending, which is below what I need for my, what I have for my actual, what do you call it here? Income. That's what you call it. So the difference, and I'm not going to put the estimate, but the difference between the two, 25.5, is $341.10. So that is the difference between what I have to spend to what I have available in income. It gives a little bit of wiggle room, not a lot, but I think my categories over here, I am heavy in these categories. As far as what I plan to spend, I probably won't spend all of it. I know I won't spend all the restaurant because we're not going out to eat except for my son's Friday night pizza night. And then groceries, I think $300 a week definitely would cover. No problem for groceries. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. And then miscellaneous, I'm a little worried about that because I really want to get all my stickers. We'll see. And copay, I think that's going to be fine. It's going to be a little more than what we need because I hadn't had a lot of doctor's appointments or anything like that, so we're good. So as long as we don't have a lot of unbudgeted, we should be fine and have a few $100s to roll over into Paycheck 3. And that is a text. Let me know. I need to go. But I will go ahead and zoom out. So Paycheck 2, ready to go. I know what the plan is. I know where my boundaries are or what I'm protecting in my spending so I don't go overboard and a little crazy. And yeah, everything looks good. I'm really, really excited about this and really excited that I think this paycheck period is going to be fine and no real issues to worry about. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.